Hello, I am Ajit Kumar Nair, a psychologist at Nair's Epigenetic Wellness. If you are seeking support or guidance, you can reach our clinic at 9446467779. Today I want to explore a question that most of us actively avoid answering. What exactly are we living for? We often find ourselves caught in a massive mechanism of routine. We go to school, we secure jobs, and we lock our focus onto the next set of deadlines. We try to satisfy ourselves with money, fame, and immediate success. But that satisfaction rarely lasts more than a week, and it never answers the underlying question of why we are doing any of this. Staying constantly busy often serves as a psychological defense. When the noise finally quiets down, the silence forces us to face the heavy reality of lacking a deeper purpose. There is a vast psychological difference between merely surviving day to day and consciously living your life.
Some people live until 80 and still feel empty at 30 because they do not have a purpose. A purpose gives us a reason to get up from bed when no external reason does. Escaping this void requires us to move past baseline survival and begin actively adopting specific methods for psychological flourishing. The first method for flourishing is the experiential approach. This means choosing to live for the sake of experiencing life exactly as it happens in the present moment. It is paying attention to the distinct smell of petrichor, savoring the exact taste of a comfort food you're trying for the first time, or listening to music that feels like coming home. The psychological objective here is to consciously collect small, impactful moments, rather than passively letting the years pile up. The second method is developmental. This is driven by our innate human need for continuous progress. We require psychological evolution to thrive. We need to look back and explicitly recognize that we are not the same person we were 12 months ago. You fulfill this need by pursuing actionable goals, mastering a new skill, advancing in your career, starting a side business, or actively working to ease your family's financial burden. Savoring sensory details and relentlessly pursuing growth are active tools. They ground our consciousness and give us a framework to build a life worth experiencing. The third domain of flourishing is the relational anchor. Human life cannot be successfully navigated in isolation. We rely on specific support systems. We are driven to make our parents proud, and we cultivate friendships so deep that those people become part of our family. A central sense of self stabilizes by linking outward to friends and family. It satisfies our core need for mutual love, absolute loyalty, and a deep sense of belonging. Human connection is the structural, load-bearing pillar of the psyche. Without a tribe to share your journey with, your experiential moments and developmental goals lose their meaning. To build a truly purposeful life, we must also apply the practice of radical acceptance. True self-enhancement requires actively accepting the ugly, painful parts of existence. We have to acknowledge dishonesty, betrayal, and heartbreak as part of our reality. This demands a high level of psychological resilience. You must learn to live comfortably with uncertainty, acknowledging that you don't need to figure everything out in a single day. A robust mental architecture successfully integrates suffering, failure, and uncertainty directly into its foundation. So, what are we living for? The truth is, there is no single, monolithic answer to that question. Purpose is an ever-changing mix of reasons. We live for sensory moments, for developmental growth, for loyal connections, and radical acceptance. When we actively maintain these pillars, we create the structural integrity required to meet whatever life brings as it unfolds. Thank you for watching. I am Ajit Kumar Nair, psychologist at Nair's Epigenetic Wellness. We provide online and offline support and guidance. Contact us at 944-646-7779.